Greetings, this is the Timeshare Traveler. Today is episode 226. Can't believe it. Amazing. Getting the most from your timeshare. I wanted to go through this. This is a really important thing for me, is to make sure you get the most out of it. And the way I do it is I'm going to talk about going back to my favorite places. Have developed those, and most people do over time. The other thing is chasing a bucket list, and it's really kind of the sort of forward-looking, exciting part of owning a timeshare. Other thing I do is to get the most out of it. I am always aware of the value of my timeshare, and I'll go into that in a little more detail, what I mean by that. The last thing is I always want to try to get better, and what that means for me is doing at least one vacation a year without using any points, and I'll go into what that does. And then the last thing I want to say is you want to put yourself in a position where you're easily using all the points. That way you know you're getting the great value. So anyway, before I go into the detail, give me about 28 seconds and I'll tell you a little bit about my channel, and I'll be right back. Hi, this is Cliff, and I'm the Timeshare Traveler. Welcome to my channel. The purpose of my channel is to educate those who love traveling in timeshares. I've been an owner for 15 plus years at timeshare ownership. I have elite ownership with Marriott, Hilton, and WorldMark. I have published over 100 timeshare video reviews, and I've published over 95 timeshare tips. I can be found on Facebook at Timeshare Trav, at Twitter, Timeshare Trav, and on the web at www.timesharetraveler.com. Well, as promised, I'm back. Going back to your favorite places. For me, a goal of timeshare ownership should be to develop a favorite place. I kind of use it like a second home, only my second home can actually be multiple places, so I actually like the benefit of that. So my favorite place feels like a second home, which is what I was just saying. I never get tired of being there. And in fact, I'll be going there in about 2 weeks. The Big Island of Hawaii is like that for me, and I just feel like I'm home. And I just love everything about the places on the Big Island. A favorite place should feel like a treat. You always feel lucky to get to be there, and I already feel lucky, and I haven't even got there. I'm soon going to be there, and I'm looking forward to it. It feels like going to a special place. And again, and there'll be days I'm sure I'm going to be there, and I'll sort of want like, oh my God, I can't believe I'm lucky enough to be here. And that's really something special, and that's when you're in that place. In my mind, you feel like you're getting the most from your timeshare because you have your favorite places that you are grateful to be at. The next place I always say is chasing a bucket list. Your bucket list is a reward for the sacrifices you make during the rest of the year. It's kind of like it's kind of the adventure side. You have your favorite place, or you have your adventure side, and there's try something old, something new kind of thing. There's a phrase there. Owning a timeshare means you have the option to create a bucket list. There are other ways, but a timeshare actually, in my mind, has forced me into actually actively achieving my bucket list. And that, I think, overall, long-term is great for happiness. Again, for me, a bucket list brings adventure and joy with new life experiences. I've had so many of them. It's just been, it's all started when I bought timeshares. Now, maybe I just needed a kick, and, I'm sure I could have done it without it, but for whatever reason, I needed that. Again, timeshares have many locations. In my case, I own multiple timeshares, so it's exponential. And many locations offer many years of bucket list achievements. In my case, knowing each year I have to pay maintenance feels like I won't let my bucket list lose importance. I'll make sure I do something about that. And so that's important to always remind yourself that the reason you did this is to make sure you took care of yourself and did something special. Another way to make sure you get the most out of your timeshare is constant awareness of the value of your timeshare. Now, there's two sides to value. There's realizing how much each vacation costs, and I have a spreadsheet about how many dollars each point costs, or how many pennies each point costs. So I know how much my vacation costs. So you're spending money, and I treat points like money, and I want to maximize the points I have, just like I would want to maximize it if it were money. So that's the cost side, but also appreciating how much joy you get from your timeshare. Gratitude is important, so nothing is taken for granted. So when you're on one of these vacations and you're recognizing how fortunate you are, take a moment to be grateful because you've invested a significant amount of money, and appreciate the people who share your travels. And it's a great, they say travel with family, enjoy that. That's what I say is, again, make sure you're aware of the value of your timeshare and keep it up front. That'll help you get the most out of your timeshare. It'll remind you why you did it. Okay, the next thing is one that I harp on probably too much, but do at least one vacation without using points. That's, to me, it's about getting a little better each year. Again, I use this metric to ensure that I'm going beyond the basic timeshare usage, and that way I always learn something new. I get a little bit more value out of my timeshare maintenance, and often I get new adventures. Here's some examples, and don't necessarily need to do them all. Attend a marketing paid event or vacation based on an event. I have several of those this year. Often 4 days and 3 nights in Las Vegas or Orlando, or less than $300, or a little bit over $300. Doing an RCI week or interval vacation for under $400 a week, kind of a getaway or a last call, are the two different way they're called. But you can do that and just add that to do something, and usually they're within 45 days. So it's like, wow, I have a week available. Can I do this? Oh yeah, here's a great place I can get to. Take that advantage of that. Using a discounted cash-only vacation. So my favorite of that is the WorldMark, the Monday Madness, or the inventory specials. But I also have that with Hilton, in that I have a credit every year for that. And the last is traveling with points earned as part of owner update. Always take the points, so you get the hotel points, and then you can use them, and often you can use them at timeshares. So again, I always try to do at least, well, I do more than one, but what I'm suggesting here is at least do one a year. Last but not least is easily using all your points each year. I'm always struggling with, at the end of the year, I'm like, how am I going to make this happen? That's probably when I get more creative in stretching my points, or I use my hotel points more toward the end of the year, because I've used everything, and I don't want to get to the point where I have excess over. And again, some years I have rolled them into the following years, so it's not like I never do that. But again, easily using all your points means you don't have too many points. Important that you regularly use your points. And again, if you're not regularly using them, you should be debating whether you're taking care of yourself. It's better if you have better to wish you had more points than wonder how you're going to use them all. Again, that way I recommend don't add until you're always in this situation and you realize if you had one more week you'd be even better off. Using all your points is another way of saying you're taking care of yourself. You're not over, I bought timeshares to force myself to vacationing because I wouldn't waste the maintenance fees. So initially it was like, I'm not going to waste the maintenance fee, so I'm going to force myself on vacation. And for example, if I had chosen an RV, I think it would be easy for me to leave it parked in the driveway and not use it, because it wouldn't cost me anymore. Whereas the maintenance fees for timeshares that keep coming force me to do this, and it's for my own good. So anyway, that's just me, but I suspect I'm not alone in that method. Anyway, hope you liked this video. Don't forget, give it a like, and also don't forget to subscribe to the channel.